P. Diddy, no!
I've never told anyone this secret before, but in 2007, I actually attended the Diddy party. And even though I was only 5 years old at the time, I wasn't there to get diddled, but instead I was there to eat the free food. However, I distinctly remember hearing some strange noises coming from one of the bedrooms. It sort of sounded like clapping, and so I just assumed that they were applauding a movie. But then it also sounded like someone was squealing, and so I just assumed they were playing Minecraft and killed a pig. Anyways, I asked you guys to reveal your deepest, darkest secrets to me. When I was like 4 years old, I was staying at my abusive dad's house and I played GTA 5. Not a single person knows about this in my household, so wish me luck. Oh my god, what a mad lad, what an actual sick lad. You played GTA 5 when you were 4 years old. Oh my god, that is criminal. You should be locked up. You need to go to jail. Bro, just relax, calm down and relax. This is not that deep. You played GTA 5 when you were 4 years old, bro. I guarantee everyone who has played GTA started playing GTA like before they even turned 18. Because isn't GTA 5 like 18 plus? You are not tough, bro. I hate to break it to you, no offense, but you are not tough. This is the most calm, dark secret I've ever heard in my entire life. I push random babies at the park that can walk but can't talk, so that when I push them, I'll run away and they'll cry about it, but since they can't talk, they won't be able to tell their parents. I've only done this with 4 babies, so I got away 4 times. Bro, what the frick is actually wrong with you? How do you think of this random strategy and this meta? Is this the meta? If you want to go and push around some babies, you have to specifically target the ones that can't talk yet, but then they have to be able to walk on their own so that like they can actually, you know, have some room to topple over and break their arms. That is insane. How do you think of this? Like, what compels you to do this? Like, were you pushed as a baby? Maybe you were pushed as a baby and now you want to take out your anger on like other people? You want to take revenge on all the babies that did nothing to you just because you got pushed when you were a baby. And then the cycle will continue because one of these 4 babies, they're gonna grow up and they're gonna do the exact same thing as you. It's just gonna be a cycle. But yeah, I don't think any normal person does this or even thinks of this. I think you might need some help. There might be something wrong with you. I killed 87% of all the family's pets, like hamsters, pet fish, etc. Now, the way I killed them is gruesome. Here's the list. Hamsters, drowned them in the aquarium my mom used to have, but if they managed to somehow stay alive, I fed them to their dad. Hamsters can be cannibals. Pet fish, poisoned the water with shampoo and baby oil. Don't ask why. P.S. My family don't know that I did this. Bro, why are you proud of this? Why are you actually proud of this? You killed 87%, bro. What happens to the other like 13%? Like, are they still alive, or are you currently in the process of like gruesomely torturing them? This is a little bit messed up. Actually, is it a little bit messed up, or it's massively messed up? You drowned the hamsters, bro. I can imagine them like screaming like as they getting pushed underwater in the aquarium. And I assume the reason why you used to have an aquarium is because you used to have pet fish before you killed them all. And you killed them by poisoning the water with baby oil. Like, out of all things, why baby oil? Does baby oil really do like that good of a job at poisoning pet fish? So it's not only useful for diddling, but it's also useful for getting rid of your extra pet fish. But you would also feed the hamsters to their dad. Like, hamsters can be cannibals. You would feed them to each other? Bro, that is actually, that is messed up. Wait, what is actually wrong with you? I think this is like psychopath serial killer behavior. You could actually become a serial killer if you're not careful. So I think, yeah, you actually need some help. Get some therapy ASAP. I have a secret identity I use to secretly cyberbully my friends, and my victims will come to me at school and tell me about the other secret identity bullying them, and so I will tell them ignore them, and I spam ping them if they ignore me when I cyberbully them. And if they block me, I get on another secret account and bully them. Usually I say really bad things that should not be said. Please do not do this unless you're a mentally insane lobotomized patient like me, and no, I do not regret any of this. Sometimes I hack them and change their profile picture and username and something like that. Bro, what is wrong with you? Like, are these even your friends? Are you sure they are your friends? Because why would you do this to them? Like, this is traumatizing. Like, they could be like seriously harmed by this, like mentally harmed by this. And this entire time, they have no idea that it's their own friend, their own brother that's cyberbullying them. That is... What is wrong with you? Honestly, what is wrong with you? Is this what you call a sociopath or something? Like, you're manipulating them. You tell them to ignore the bully, but then when they do ignore you, you get onto your bullying account and spam ping them when they ignore you. I usually say very bad things that should not be said. Okay, I guarantee one of those things that you say may start with the letter N. But yeah, this is a little bit messed up. Like, why do you even do this? I want to know more information, but I can't really ask you because this is an anonymous form. But yeah, I think you need some help. There is something mentally wrong with you. One time at school, I went to the bathroom, not to goon, but to smell my crush's panties. I had gotten them from my friend, her brother, and apparently he said they were used ones from the laundry. If I could take it home, I would have made a shrine for it, but sadly I had to return it back to my friend since it would be really weird if they had disappeared. I mean, what is more weird? The fact that her undies are missing or the fact that you are literally sniffing her undies at school? I feel like the fact that you're sniffing her undies at school is like 10 times more weird than if her like undies mysteriously disappeared from home. Because you literally made a contract. You made a contract not with the devil, but with her brother. And you're forcing him to bring her panties to school every single day. That is a little bit weird, in my personal opinion. Like, you came to an agreement. Like, what does he get in return? Like, so you get his sister's panties, but what does he get in return? Are you paying him to do this? Like, I hope he gets paid well for this, because this is traumatizing for him. And you specifically asked him to get used ones from the laundry. Bro, what is wrong with you? You said if you could take it home, you would have made a shrine for it? Bro, like, okay, what am I sort of imagining with this? Okay, I found this image on the internet. It's just a shrine full of panties. It's a Christmas tree, and there's a whole bunch of panties. This is sort of what I'm sort of imagining with this. But yeah, I don't know whether this is a dark secret or whether this is just straight up weird. Like, you are actually weird. You need some help. So I'd consider my family as people who don't make a considerable amount of money, but just enough to keep us stable. For my 17th birthday, I wanted to go hiking up in the Alpacian Trail, a pretty beautiful mountain range in the US on the west coast. But it cost $1,000 a month to stay there, so my family had been saving up for a bit to provide one of their kids a good birthday. Eventually, my birthday came and we were able to head to the trail, but we only had enough money for 3 of us. I have 6 people in my family, so I chose my brother and mother to come with me. With context being provided now, I can say the things I did on that trail. While we were sleeping at the camp we set up, my brother had gotten up and started a fire shortly before a small fox came up to him. It seemed relaxed and had no fear of him until he tried to give it water. That's when it bit him and tried to attack him further before we stomped it out. We then cut the trip short after he started showing signs of having rabies when he started to fear water. Little did I know that rabies isn't just rah, I'm super aggressive. There's also a version where the host is calmer but foams at the mouth and has a deathly fear of water. He said he was far too gone and knew that he was a goner, but he didn't want to go out this way killed by a fox. So he asked me to end it for him with the shotgun we had snuck in for self-defense. When I declined, he said he'd do it himself, and he did. I removed the bullets and made it look like a bear attacked him the next morning with a pocket knife I had. Jesus Christ. That is actually pretty sad. Like, when you think about it, it is actually pretty sad. Because their parents were just saving up to give, like, their kid, like, their really good 17th birthday. But it ended up with his brother dying from rabies. Or, like, yeah, he technically unalived himself. But yeah, that's why you gotta be very careful about foxes. Like, foxes, bro, like, if you get bitten by a fox, it might be GG. It's probably GG. Because I think the reason why the fox bit him was because he tried to give it water. But since the fox already had rabies, it had a fear of water. And so your brother definitely got rabies. But since your brother didn't want to die from rabies, like being killed by a fox, he wanted you to shoot him. But like, bro, wouldn't that make you like liable for his death? But yeah, it's pretty sad that he actually, you know, went and unalived himself. But you know, at that, like, if you guys don't know, rabies, yeah, you can't, like, once you have rabies, it's pretty much GG. Like, there is no cure, especially when the symptoms are already, like, you know, very, very apparent. And so yeah, there's no way he could have like survived that. I think I'm gonna rank this Get Out, not like in a disrespectful way, but like just out of, like, you know, condolence. Like, this is like dark. This is actually dark. A long time ago when I was 7, now I'm 8, I really loved to play football with my friends. Usually I played as a goalkeeper because I'm a really big boy, width-wise. But one day the teams were a little bit unbalanced and they had one kid who shoots the ball so hard that it could hurt me as a goalkeeper. But since I knew I was cooked, I pushed the goal to make it smaller. But one day they realized that it wasn't as big as it was before, so they fixed it. Next time I did the same thing, but I smeared my brother's jizz on it so that they didn't want to move it back. But they didn't notice and they moved it anyways. I didn't tell them what I did. I kept using this strat though, even though it doesn't work, because I want my friends to touch my brother's jizz. I lick their hands after. Bro. What? First of all, you're saying a long time ago when you were 7, now you're 8. Bro, you're literally 8. That happened last year. That is not a long time ago. That is literally 1/8 of your life. Actually, wait, to be fair, 1/8 of your life is a pretty long time. But anyways, I don't care if you're 8 years old. Stop calling yourself a really big boy width-wise. You are morbidly obese, okay? You are obese. Stop beating around the bush. Just say it as it is, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna think it's acceptable and you're just gonna keep, you know, eating unhealthy, not doing exercise. Bro, just try to lose weight. Don't, like, fall for childhood obesity. I mean this in the most respectful and polite way possible, but like, please do not be obese, because it results in so many other like health complications further down the line. Like, you do not want to be obese, like, especially starting out as a child. So yeah, you are not a big boy, you are fat. No offense, of course, like, in the most respectful way possible, you are fat. But anyways, thirdly, bro, where are you getting your brother's jizz from? Do you have it in like a little jar in your back pocket? You carry a jar of your brother's jizz around with you everywhere you go? Is that not a little bit weird? And how are you even like getting the jizz in the first place? Like, how are you extracting it from your brother? Are you literally milking him every single week to refill the jizz jar? But then even though the jizz tactic doesn't really put off your friends from like making the goals bigger again, you still use the jizz because you like the thought of them touching your brother's jizz and you lick their hands after. Bro, can't you just eat the jizz straight from the jar to begin with? But yeah, I don't even know whether this is even a dark secret. Is this even dark? I mean, the fact that maybe the only dark thing about this is that you enjoy the thought of your friends touching your brother's jizz. That's maybe a little bit dark. Not really. But yeah, you're a little bit weird. You're a little bit weird. I think you are slightly questionable. Sometimes I stare at the ceiling fan at 3 a.m. and wonder if it's judging me, like it's just spinning up there whispering you'll never amount to anything in every rotation. The other day I caught myself whispering back, neither will you, you're literally bolted to the ceiling. But here's the part that worries me, I won that argument, and then I genuinely felt proud of myself, proud enough that I celebrated by eating cold spaghetti straight from the fridge with my bare hands. Somewhere between slurping a noodle and realizing the sauce was congealed, I thought maybe this is how supervillains are born. Bro. Is this the Joker? This might actually be the Jonkler. Do you actually have schizophrenia? And I don't mean that as like a joke. Like, I'm not asking a rhetorical question. I'm asking a genuine question. Do you have schizophrenia? Because you're imagining your ceiling fan is talking to you and you're having arguments with your ceiling fan. But then you won the argument. And so I hate to break it to you, but that kind of aligns a little bit with like, you know, what schizophrenia sort of is. Do you hear voices? Do you see visions? Do you see any of that stuff? Like, because I think, like, yeah, this might actually be... might be the Jonkler, low-key. So yeah, honestly, I feel like you should stop keeping this a secret and you should, you know, tell your parents what is going on inside your head so that you can actually go and get some help before anything bad happens, because schizophrenia is a very dangerous illness. Because you see those like cases on the internet where like a son with schizophrenia thought that their parents were like something else, like were like demons trying to attack him, and so he stabbed both of them, and he didn't mean to do it, but he's just like his schizophrenia. He thought like his parents were someone else. And so yeah, you need some help. Like, honestly, please tell an adult and get some help. Back when I was 5 or 6, I found a dead cat outside. I was so bored that I thought it would be funny to bring it home and hide it under my parents' bedroom. So I hid it under their pillow as a prank. No one noticed anything, and I even forgot about it until one day, probably a few weeks later. They checked under their pillow when it started to stink so bad, and they found the dead cat, thinking a stray cat got inside the home looking for food and hid under their pillow without no one noticing, and they unintentionally killed it by sleeping on it, and it stayed a secret within the family. I didn't say a word to anyone. Bro, I mean, like, what? How is it your first thought after finding a dead cat to pull a prank on your parents by hiding it under their pillow? How does this enter your brain? Like, I understand you were 5 or 6 years old, but still, what normal person thinks of this as their first thought when they find a dead cat? Because me personally, if I find a dead cat, my first thought is like, does it have a disease? Like, did it die from a disease? Is it gonna spread the disease anywhere else? And so you may have actually given your parents some sort of like animal to human disease or something by putting the dead cat so close to their head. And how did they not even feel it? Like, was it so soft that it was comfortable? Like, as the body was decomposing, it became softer and softer. But yeah, this is not really insanely dark. I feel like it's just slightly questionable. I get so distressed every day, so I draw my fursonas getting absolutely beaten up. Most of them are transgender because I've never opened up to anybody that I was trans femme, and I'm so afraid to open up because I know that something bad is going to happen. I'm so afraid. And then there's this one specific fursona I have that I torture every single day because I cannot think straight, and because I get so angry, I want to rip my eyes out of my body. And it got so bad that I actually became a zoo a few weeks ago. I quit a week before, and it all started because I was so obsessed with sea creatures, and I had so many plushies that I thought every single object was alive. And then my little brother lost my comfort plush. It was a small orca called Orky, and I still cannot find it. Now I literally spiraled into this loop of not being able to think. These drawings help me so much with my urge to rip everyone's eyes off. Currently, I'm trying to make the fursonas have a happy life, but I can't, so they're very this word in my opinion. So yeah. Okay. I hope you spare me. Please spare me. I hope you do not rip my eyes off. I like my eyes. So basically, you make drawings of furries getting absolutely tortured. But I mean, at least it's not for like no reason. I think you're currently going through some sort of like, I don't know, like mental health episode or something, like some like mental health struggles. Like this is we're not gonna joke about this, okay? It's pretty serious. But honestly, yeah, I don't really think I can say much about this. I think like, my honest opinion, perhaps you should like see like a therapist or something, like a psychiatrist or something, because this seems like something that could, you know, maybe get a little bit worse in the future. Like, I feel like you should probably get a little bit of help before you accidentally rip someone's eyes off. I'm a Forsaken Frozen Souls fan. I mainly have a crush on this one character named Mafia So. And I kid you not, I'm so much more obsessed with him than you think, bro. Every time someone talks about him, or if I think of him, I blush, stutter, think of inappropriate thoughts. Like in class, my friend always jokes about me having a crush on Mafia So. And this one classmate said, "Oh my god, you're so red. Are you actually blushing?" I was blushing because I thought about Mafia So. He's so hot, I want to push him into the bed and kiss him. Anyway, in class, I drew him with another character named Ion. I was giggling and blushing so hard when I drew Mafia So, bro. I even downloaded Character AI and chatted with 10 Mafia So boys. I sometimes do inappropriate text with the bots too. And my friend also says, "Oh my god, imagine if Mafia So was our teacher," or like, "Oh my god, imagine if Mafia So was real and you found him." I always scream and blush when they say stuff like that. So basically, I'm obsessed with Mafia So from Frozen Souls and Forsaken. Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you for sharing this secret, but Jesus, okay, I was not expecting this. I've heard stereotypes about this sort of like situation, but like I've never heard it firsthand. So you were literally in love with a bunch of pixels. No offense, but like it's a bunch of pixels. It's a fictional character who doesn't exist in real life. What does this person even look like? Mafia So. Oh, okay. It's It's this. It doesn't even have a face. I mean, maybe this person was attracted to the personality, not necessarily the looks. But realistically, how do you get attracted to this? This is like, bro, is this Lego? This looks like Lego. Like you're so in love with him that you start blushing even at the thought of him. This. Like this. But okay, I'm not gonna judge. We're not gonna judge. I'm just gonna say it's slightly questionable. I don't really understand this. Can anyone else relate to this?